Welcome to the channel. Without further ado, like the video, follow us, let's go. Nowadays, the world is made of information, so it's no wonder that social media sells millions of data in exchange for millions of dollars, just as countries invest heavily in intelligence to develop strategies and become powerful. I know you're not a social media platform or a nation, but you are an individual, and a group of individuals builds a society. So, your information and data form the basis of any business plan or strategy. It's crucial to protect your privacy at all costs and avoid unnecessary exposure. As mentioned, when you expose yourself, your information can be commercialized, and your destiny ends up in the hands of third parties. Knowing this, you probably want to know 4 measures you can take to maintain discretion and avoid unnecessary exposure. So let's get straight to the point. In video number 1, it is emphasized that sharing only superficial aspects of a plan is fundamental. It's inevitable to face questions in every interaction because there will always be someone interested in your ventures or future plans. Unfortunately, it's common for naive individuals to respond thoroughly to these questions, which is a big mistake. Although participating in the conversation is important, it's not necessary to reveal all the details because first, people know the essentials about you will quickly lose interest. Second, if they know in detail what you plan to do, they risk stealing your idea or harming you just because they didn't like you or because they already have an old rivalry with you. In any situation, if they ask you what you do, what you like, what your plans are, or anything else, answer, but only answer what is general about the topic. For example, if John asks if you have a job, say you are looking for one. If someone asks what you will do when you finish university, say you are interested in exploring the field you are studying. Simple as that. Instead of telling all the projects you have in mind, use these more generic and obvious answers so people may even think you're common, someone who's not so interesting. But it doesn't matter. You don't need to prove you're different through words but through your actions. So focus on not giving away your game so that after all your moves, you demonstrate your success without even needing to talk about it. Number 2, be discreet on social media. Nowadays, people know more about you through social media than personally. In fact, maybe most people who know you superficially have never seen you in person. They just follow you on social media. I'm not saying you shouldn't have an account or post content on your social media, but try to post interesting thoughts, photos you consider truly interesting, recommendations for movies, documentaries, books. If you're going to share valuable content, but never your intimacy or nonsense, much less opinions on controversial topics, since it only serves to create pointless discussions that won't get you anywhere, because some people don't even need social media to destroy, but use their own circle of friends to expose their plans and intentions. And then I wonder what's the advantage of boasting, feeding the ego, or simply being so foolish as to share plans that haven't even succeeded yet. So the art of discretion is so important in our lives because when we manage to apply it, we can focus much more efficiently on all our goals. After all, you don't have all the time in the world, and when you surround yourself with people who enjoy exposing themselves and who love wasting time, you further delay your plans. In fact, the more you engage in these distractions, the blinder you become. You won't have a clear vision to see the best paths and opportunities. Forget about waiting for the next weekend to know what the new party or the next binge will be. So it's essential to avoid getting overly involved to the point of losing consciousness. Stop sharing meaningless content and expressing opinions on controversial topics on social media. Every exaggerated detail of your life exposes you in a way that can convey weaknesses, frustrations, or even vital information to the wrong people without you realizing it. It's important to understand that today information is the most valuable asset. We have gone through various eras, from the Bronze Age to the Golden Age, and now we are in the information age. Social media collects data daily because they already know our tastes, personality, and who we really are. It simply relies on our online activities. Remember that everything you do, even in real life, conveys information about you to others, and this can be used by them in ways you can't imagine or even harm you. So if you need to get into your plans, seek discretion, seek to isolate yourself to work, concentrated. In your absence, you will protect your own life by making those around you not have relevant information about you. But I'm not saying you should stop going out and socializing. You'll still go to the same places. You'll just stop explaining to people what you do. Your life is yours and no one else's. You don't owe anyone an explanation. People may even think you gave up or that you're not doing anything useful, and that's okay. Let them think that, because the more people believe it, the more peace you'll have to work on your goals. So stop showing the details and try to hide them. Focus on creating the path to make your plan a reality. Focus on that because in this way, there won't be any more people crossing your path with unnecessary questions or imitating your steps. You will only have yourself to rely on, which can be amazing. By keeping yourself more reserved from others, you'll gain strength because, as mentioned, when you expose yourself, you can reveal weaknesses or expose inadequate information. By remaining discreet, you'll have time to identify and correct these weaknesses, which offers numerous advantages. All you need to do is silence, keep calm, and stop disclosing your next steps. Moreover, it's essential to set aside the ego, which often tends to want to share information about your actions before even performing them. Abandon the behavior of wanting to be the center of attention, like an animal in a zoo seeking to entertain others. Stop being the butt of jokes and start adopting a more discreet posture. This way, you'll not only protect and strengthen yourself, but also find more time to build a better version of yourself and achieve your goals. Number 3, keep your secrets to yourself. Let me ask you a question. Would you give all your passwords, codes, and keys to someone you trust if you had a safe full of documents, money, and jewels? If you answered yes, I'm sorry for you. After all, even if you trust someone, what would be the reason to give them so much power if that person knows the password to your safe or has access to what is more important to you in life? Do you agree with me that they have all the possibility to take everything from you with a single move? But I trust them too much. Of course, but what if you're wrong and they disappoint you enough for them to believe they have the right to take something from you? And if you argue and trust is broken, you'll have time to change all the passwords and locks. Accepting to give this kind of power to someone is like giving permission for them to definitively destroy you at any moment. So analyze what important and extremely identifiable information is in your mind and keep it safe in a safe place within your